Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper and Twine. It is the most miserable day. It is February the 10th as I'm filming this. Happy birthday to my sister-in-law. She won't be watching. And happy birthday to my eldest daughter's childhood friend. They've known each other since they were 6 months old at nursery, and they're both 27. So it's Holly's birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Holly. She won't be watching either. Excitingly, Holly is expecting her first child. I think that is the first of Molly's long friends that are expecting. So that's really exciting. I need to get the knitting needles out. Anyway, I am on today to make a card for Amber Kintyre's craft challenge, which is to make a male themed card, and I'm all about using up what I've got to some extent. So I have got 2 drawers full of envelopes, pre-made envelopes. So I'm cutting card to fit. This is really snug, a very snug fit, and I just put my stamp on the back. And yes, Amber wanted a male themed card, anything to do with engines or trains, I think it was. Anyway, I know what I think I know what I'm going to do. And first off, I'm going to create a very simple background. I've got an infusions here. These are Paper Artsy infusions. I think they're Paper Artsy. Yes, and I've had this a very long time. I have used quite a lot of it, but what a cute little bottle. I absolutely love it. I'm sorry the light is appalling. Anyway, I'm going to sprinkle some of this on here. No, actually, tell a lie. Let me get a wipe. I'm going to smoosh a little bit of Distress ink on here first. And I'm not going to go with my first impression on this, I don't think. So I have got old paper, which is not going to show up very much on this. I'm using a cream mixed media watercolour card. I'm then going to sprinkle on some of this. And in this, there are lots of different coloured pigments. Haven't used these for a while. Then I'm going to spray with water. Let's just get rid of this pigment in my little bin that's on my desk. Spray with water. Try and spray away from your project. I have got a sacrificial rug on the floor, so that's what I'm doing. And you can see I've got quite a lot of watery pigment there, and I do want this to be kind of like a watercolour, so I'm going to turn it over and smoosh it down in the middle, so you can see these reds and yellows and browns in here. Yes, I've kind of got that in the middle, and lift it off like so, and I'm gonna let that come over this way a little bit, and I'm going to quickly dry it with my heat tool. Ideally, I would have liked a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for, water on that, but just dab off the excess. I do quite like that for my background. I'm just giving it a bit of a, so that hopefully when I glue it to my card base, it's not going to warp. And obviously I've got some ink left on here. I will find a piece of scrap card to get that on, because I don't want to waste that, put it on there in the middle-ish. There we go. And that'll come in for something else. We'll give you a little wipe. Don't need you for much else. Set you aside to dry. Now, I don't have a lot of male themed things. Well, I do, but I don't. I don't know whether I'm going to add a bit more to the background first. I think I am. Yes. I've got this set from Hazel Eaton's Studio Light collection, Nature's Dream. And it's got a grid, and I'm not going to ink it all up. And I just want a little bit of subtlety in the background. So I'm going to use my old paper. And I'm just going to randomly stamp a little bit of the grid. Like so. And you know, that will do. That is all I want to do of that. Then I'm going to come in with the main event, my focal image. I've used this before. I think I used it for a Father's Day card for my dad a very long time ago. The only problem is it's not, what do they call it? It's not the silicone stamp. It's unmounted red rubber. So I'm going to have to put a little bit of spray on it. And it's, you can't really see, it's from this set. I bought these online in the first year I started my YouTube channel, I think, actually, and they were heavily reduced because you would pay probably about 25 quid for an A6 sheet like this. I do wish I hadn't cut that bit off there. I've cut around the car, and I wish I'd kept that as a stamp, but never mind. Yeah, I'm going to stamp this in black ink, or try to. I do like it very much. Yeah, I bought another one that was boat themed and fisherman themed, and extremely good value. Let's just move you so we don't get sticky stuff on you. I hope this still works. This is really old Crafter's Companion stick and spray. So I'm going to, it's a repositionable one, so there we go. Oh, it doesn't smell very nice. Ugh. Let's just turn you over, and I'm going to bring in my stamp platform because I really do not want to mess this up. Try not to flick pencils about the place as well. Actually, I'm going to move you just up a little bit. Actually, is that better? Right, my card base is roughly a 5 by 7. So I'll pop you there like that. I do find the sticky grid really helpful with my stamp platform. Make sure we've got the car the right way up, and I want it kind of in the middle like so. Close my platform, and hopefully it will be picked up by the thing, and indeed it is. Keep fingers crossed it's the right way up. That isn't entirely straight. I'm just going to check again that this is straight. Put you like so. Doesn't matter if it's not entirely central. I think that will do. And I'm going to use black ink. Actually, what would have been nice is something like Scorched Timber or a dark brown. Yeah. Obviously, I will leave Amber's giveaway in the linked in the description box. She is ever so generous. She's always doing giveaways. And she's on the relatively thoughtful design team at the moment, which is brilliant for her. And Amber is an amazing crafter, but she is particularly gifted in creating resin pieces, and I'm lucky enough to have 2 of hers actually. One she gave me last year after my cancer treatment, which is a beautiful Man of the Woods, green Man of the Woods, and when my garden is sorted, that is going to go in the garden. And then I've also got a piece that's a cat and a moon, and it's blue because my cat's called Blue. Now that is not brilliantly stamped. Oh, I have got the lumber yard there. I wonder if my ink needs re-inking. Need a bit more around this wheel. The man's come out all right, but the rest of it hasn't. I do think I need re-inking, my stamp re-inking. But that's the beauty of using a stamp platform, is that I'm not even in shot. I'm good. You know, how long have I been doing YouTube videos for now? This is my 4th year, is it? 21, 22, 23, 24. Start of my 5th year, and I'm still rubbish at making videos. Right, let's see if that's any better. I think the man's legs are all right. I'm going to do one more stamp and see what we think. I don't know whether the background is right. There might be too much stuff going on in the background, which is why I wanted more of a watercolour effect, really. I should perhaps have sprayed a bit more water to make the colours run. I've got too many speckles here, so I might have to cut myself another bit of card. Come on. Maybe it is a bit of a sketchy. Now you see, I'm not getting any colour there. I think it's my ink, you know. I think my ink has finally given up the ghost. Let's try doing that. Sorry if you can hear my iPad pinging with notifications. I'm going to stand up and see if that makes any difference. We're having a struggle. That's better, but I still need a bit there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut another piece of card, and I'm going to try stamping the image first and then doing the watercolour background, and we'll see which we like best. So my card for my image, I'm cutting to 6.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And you can get this on Hazel Eaton's, sorry, by 4.5 inches, 6.5 inches by 4.5 inches. You can get this on Hazel's website, dragonspapercraft.co.uk. Right, so let's try again. So I'm lining it up there. Just making sure that that's straight. I'm going to move you over. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And I did want kind of the bit of grid coming out of the background, but never mind. Make sure that that is perfectly clean. We'll put you in the middle, like so, ish. Oh, I think I might have messed this up as well, you know. Right, you are on. Let's try inking up again. Of course, it might be that the card is bumpy, and this is quite a complex stamp, and it doesn't like the bumps on the stamp. Might be time to either get a re-inker or buy a new VersaFine Onyx Black. These do last ever such a long time, but I think this might have come to the end of its life. Let's see. If this doesn't work, I think I'm going to have to resort to a smooth card, which is a shame because I really wanted the watercolour effect. And you see, it doesn't like it. Maybe it's this stamp. Although that is better. You've kind of got the faded look I think that does look cleaner. Let's have another little stamp over the bits to do here. The man's all right. And this might be a complete and utter disaster, because if I put a wet thing on here, in terms of like trying to do my watercolour background, it might make the ink move. And of course I should have used stays on or something. Let's try now with I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to try doing the background as before over this with, I'm just going to use this, but I'm going to use lots of water. And if I'm not happy, that is quite nice actually. If I'm not happy, I'm going to go to some cream smooth card, the same as the card base that I've used. What do you think, guys? I don't know. I don't know whether I like it. I'm going to move you back that way a bit. I'm really not very good in shot today. That's made it worse actually, hasn't it? Right, bear with. I'm going to just get another piece of card. And I'm going to try a different colour for the infusions, because there's too much pink in that for a man. I do quite like it, but let's see what we think of working on this. Third time lucky, so I want 4.5 by 6.5. This is still quite a good quality card stock. I think it's 300 GSM, and it is super smooth. Right, so let's do a little bit of this on here. This is terracotta. I'm going to swipe a little bit of rusty hinge on just to get that going, and some terracotta here, which is hopefully less pink, and I'm going to just spray over here, and I've got much more of a colour going on now. Oh, that is stuck where I've had my stick and spray. Just gonna do that. So I've just, where I've got a lot of water on my block, and I think it's going to drip too much, I tip it onto some kitchen paper before I turn my block over. So let's have you in the middle, like so. I'm not entirely in the middle. I think I'm all right side to side, but top to bottom, I'm a little bit up at the top, but that is all right. Oh, and I've got a big splodge. Let me get a wipe and see if I can mop it. Not happy with that. Let's dry. Hold on. A little bit of water. No. Oh, dearie me. I am absolutely making a mess of this. You get the idea of what I'm trying to do. I've been on for 20 minutes. Here we are a little while later and my card is finished. I'm quite pleased with it in the end. I was going to use some glossy accents to attach some gears from here, but they were a little bit small and a little bit heavy, and I didn't think the bulk would let me fit the card in the envelope. So I went into my stash of dies. These are really old, very cheap, not particularly good. And I've cut out some dies out of, some gears rather, out of kind of like a brushed card. In fact, it was packaging from something. It wasn't even card. So little hack, you know, I think it was probably from a box of chocolates or something. Yes, and because I didn't want a great big die at the top, I took this one and I just snipped around just to give a little finish there. So that is that. Thank you so much for watching. Do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to go and check out Amber's giveaway and subscribe to her channel if you aren't already.